The National Guild of Hypnotists welcomes you to this session. Recorded live at the NGH Convention and Educational Conference, held August 8th through August 10th, 2025, in Marlborough, Massachusetts. This recording provides the actual presentation and is distributed with the understanding that the opinions expressed by the presenters are not necessarily those of the NGH. This recording is copyright 2025 National Guild of Hypnotists. We now take you to Marlborough, Massachusetts, where the session is about to begin.
I hope you are having a great day. Today is the second day and you must have gone through various topics and modules that people have been talking about, and I did attend a few of them and I really liked them. What we are going to talk today is, there is a new concept that has been developed which is called as mental vault. Within 5 minutes you can rewire your brain. This concept is based on the fact that we every day are doing certain deeds, good work also, and we falsify somewhere throughout the day. But then the question comes, how do we account for it? Generally, we are not able to make an account. How many good deeds we have done, how many bad deeds or unwanted deeds we have done. Good deeds are good. When I am doing good, I am progressing in my life. But when I do certain things which are not good for me, or maybe for the society, I just try to neglect, to try to find out where and when I have defaulted. That is the area where definitely I think we all need to understand and bring in a change. A change which is good for us because that is going to improve my life. Right? So how do I quantify? That is the big question. And that's where the problem comes in. So in quantification, we have used the concept of money. Everybody counts money. When it comes in on the first day as a salary or your what you have earned throughout the month. And then at the end of the month, what have you saved? How much you have spent? You always account for it. Right? So money is something which everybody understands, the language of money. We all are working for money. We buy things, we have to pay for money. The services we give, we get money in return of it. So money is basically a media. That previous lives, a long time back, we were bartering through the food. But now money is the bartering system. So if I can link my activity with the money, I can understand where do I stand at the end of the day. Right? So this is the concept that has been put in here. And in this concept we have worked out an exercise. The time is too short here, 45 minutes. We won't be able to do that big an exercise. But yes, everything is there in the book and then the handout that I have given. But I will try to do my best to make you explain that how this can be worked out. And at the end of the day, in the night, if you write a journal every day, where you are going to calculate what have you earned throughout the day and where have you lost throughout the day, you will know where do you stand. At the end of the month, when you make your list, you understand, that where you need to bring a change. A small thing, a small activity. I am a late riser. Why am I a late riser? When I get up late, it results in many problems to me throughout the day. I miss my bus or I miss my train. When I reach the office, I get the shouting from my boss. Or my salary, half-day salary is deducted. But I am not able to bring about a change because I don't know from where all these problems are arising. So when I try to journal up all this, I just come to know that late rising is a problem for me. And that is the area where I need to bring about a change. Right. So let's start with it this way. The concept has been explained in the sense that whatever I do, let me first write down here. What is the number, info@chi-ggn.com. Number is 21128. 2. Is it clear? Okay. Can I flip this? We start with there are certain expenses which I try to work on. These expenses have been put into two. One, my fixed expenses which I cannot change. They are there. Fixed expenses we think of house rent, or taxes per month, then we take into account food expenses, electricity expenses, average clothing expenses, so like this, whatever expenses I am making in a month which are fixed, I just make a list and then I write down the amount, whatever is this. And I total up what are my total expenses throughout the month. Right? Now, this is the money I have to earn to pay back, because every month I'm paying this money. I have to make an effort to earn that money, minimum. So these are what is called as general expenses. The second list which I make is my optional expenses. Optional expenses are, I take yoga class, I go for my yoga, I pay for that money. I take up medical health, or I have got medical insurance, I pay for that. I go to the college or take some extracurricular activity, I pay for that. So these are my other optional expenses that I try to work with. Say, for example, a student. A student is going to make optional expenses like living expenses, PG, hostel or flat, somewhere. Then comes the school or the college fees, he has to pay for it. Then transportation, going to the college and coming back. So a list has been given to you. This is a very small list. You can add up what all expenses you have got. This is the second sheet, not this one. Then you have got the expenses for the uniform, shoes, books, electronic gadgets that you buy for your studies, entertainment, you go for the movies or you go to the theater, you go to the restaurant. So what is your frequency based on and how much you spend? You try to list them down. And then see what is the monthly and the yearly expense that you are making on this account. So we have categorized three. One we have taken as a student, second as an employee, when you go for a job, and third as an entrepreneur when you are running a business. So these are examples that have been given. You can add up more to this to yourself. Right? Then, how do we calculate, Then another area that we have got is goal-specific expenses. In goal-specific expenses, we try that we go to the doctor and pay consultation fees. Diagnostic tests that we do, medicines and supplements that we buy, yoga in the gym that we are going to do, health food and organic fruits and vegetables that we buy, accessories, shoes, equipments that I spend on myself, hospitalization, vaccination. So list has been given. So these are the 2 or 3 different type of expenses that I am making. I calculate at the end of the month and then at the end of the year. Right? Based on this, then I have developed a calculation system. I don't have a paper here, but I'll tell you. Now, say for example, my total calculation comes to $60,000 per year. How many generally I give a margin of, out of 360 days, I give a margin of 65 days, holidays and other things. So I try to work on 300 days. How many hours am I working? Approximately 8 hours. Generally it is 6 hours because 2 hours goes into tea and lunch and all these things. So effective working hours are 6. $1,800 hours. This 1,800 hours cost me $60,000. I calculate per hourly rate. That is what I have to earn in order to meet with my $60,000 expense. Right? So I don't know, whatever it comes, Now, say, suppose it is this is my total expense I have to meet with. Right? So $1,200 per hour I have to earn. Now, daily activity, what am I doing? I write my journal at the night. Religiously, I'm earning that much of money. I allocate because I am doing that activity. Then I supposed to attend my meditation classes. I have attended them. I have done the job. I'm doing it as an assignment, a person for a student right now. I've taken that example.
I may have misheard. So it's $1,200 an hour?
Yes.
And you're told...
So there are certain activities which are calculated on an hourly basis, yeah. And there are certain activities which are calculated on a flat basis.
But it's much, much more than your real wage would have been to get the $60,000.
But we'll calculate that at the end. I'll tell you how to calculate. I'm coming to that. By this way, what I have taken very arbitrary figures, which is going to come very high, It should, when we really calculate it, it is going to come pretty low. Yeah, that's where the catch is, and that's where you're getting confused. Right. Then, as a student, I have to complete an assignment. Have I done it? Or if I have not done it? If I have completed my assignment, again, I'll put it here. And if I have not completed my assignment in time, I will take it as a loss. Right? In the class, did I interact with my professor or my classmates? Did I attend my class or not? Was I regular in my class, or I've been very irregular in my class? So if I've been regular in my class, I will earn money. And if I'm irregular in my class, I will lose money for that day. Did I meet my friends? Did I talk to them? Did I meet my mentor or not? Did I do any teamwork? If a group assignment was there, did I participated in that group assignment or not? So the activities which I have designed for myself throughout the day, how much have I completed those activities is my earning, what I had calculated per hourly basis. Right? As I said, I missed my meditation class. I lost that money. I am an impulsive purchaser, shopaholic. I don't need it. But the moment I see something on social media, I just buy it. I'm going to give negative points for that also. Right? So at the end of the day, I will know my balance. Now, based on this, what am I supposed to counterbalance to meet with that expense? It comes to $1,800 per day, $1,800. 250 days into 6 hours per day, it comes to 1500 hours in a year. Right? Because Saturday, Sunday, I don't work, I minus 104 days there. So 365 minus 104 comes to approximately about 250, just for the sake of calculation. I'm rounding off 250 days. Right? 250 days into 6 hours working comes to 1500 hours working. Right? Now these 1500 hours working on 1800,000, that is my yearly expense. It comes to 1,200 dollars per hour. This is what I need to earn so that I can balance my expenses. Right? Now, this amount based on my activities. Certain activities I cannot do on an hourly basis. I have to do every day, so I take it as a flat amount. And those activities which I am doing to do on an hourly basis, I take it as an hourly amount for them. Then comes my list, what I did here. on $1,800, 360 days of working, that is the amount I need to earn every day. Right? So whatever is the amount that is coming here is my earning, which I have to arrange. Coming back from there, here we have calculated this. $1,200 that we calculated here. So at the end of the day, I'll try to balance out what I have earned and what I have lost. That will be given me a balance here of the day. Out of this balance, what I calculated here, $1,800 divided by 360 is the minimum I have to earn. So I'll minus from this this will give me my positive, what I have earned for the day, according to my activity throughout the day. So this is the concept that we have already given here, just to understand and put all my activities in terms of money. When I calculate in terms of money, at the end of the day, I know what I have done. Number one. Then, after that, I write my gratitudes. To whom and what gratitudes I have given. 1, 2, and 3. Then, after that, I write my affirmations. Where I faulted, or what affirmation I want to give based on the activities I have done during that day. So every day I write my affirmation. Now this exercise has to be done manually. There is a reason for that if we try to go into our hypnotic terms. Why manually it is very, very important? Because my hand is connected to my brain and my brain is connected to my subconscious mind. So when I am writing this with my own hand, the message is going to my subconscious mind. That's how the affirmations also work, that when I speak out my affirmation every day, I am giving strength to my body because my subconscious mind responds to my body in return. Handwriting is very, very important in this exercise because when I am writing with my hand, I am creating a neural pathway between my body and my subconscious mind. And what I write, my subconscious mind accepts it at that time. Because we know that every day we go into a very hypnotic state, hypnotic state. So when I am writing my journal every day in the night, I am in a hypnotic state at that time, which is called as hypnotic state. Every day you go to a hypnotic state or not? What is that? Can you tell me where and when do you go into a hypnotic state? Every day.
Before you're driving? Right before you go to sleep?
Yes. when you are busy in your hobbies, you are busy in your kitchen, you go so deep into your cooking, you don't even listen to the doorbell. Or when you are looking to the TV, some good program, either you are busy in your cricket or you are busy in the baseball or whatever program you are busy in, you go into a hypnotic state. So writing a journal itself becomes going into a hypnotic state, because you know every day you have to do it. And when you are going to do this exercise, you go deep into it. You connect to your subconscious mind. And when you connect to your subconscious mind, then at the end of the month or at the end of the week or at the end of the year, you understand what are the activities that you should not have done. And you have done those activities. Example, coming from the office, the boss gave a firing. You are driving back home, thinking of that firing. Why? I didn't do anything wrong. Maybe a displacement activity taking place. The boss wanted to fire somebody because he also got a firing from his boss. Now he cannot fire back to the boss. So he fired you. He became loud. And when he gave the firing for no rhyme or reason, and you are driving back home, what happens? Maybe you might have missed the red light. And when you miss the red light, the cop stopped you and challaned you. Right? The moment cop challaned you, it became your negative loss. So whatever amount you have to pay to the cop, that goes in the negative, or the expenses, not profit but expenses. So how many times in a month you have been challenged? Why you have been challenged? You make a list at the end. Again, example I gave, a late riser. How many times in a month you have been rising late? What was the reason for late rising? That reason plays an important role. So what you are doing at the end of the day or at the end of the month is you are making a list. Oh, today it was my father's birthday. And early morning I got up and wished him. Generally every day I don't wish him. On that particular day I wished him. So what I did? I gave bonus point to my earning. I did something great, which I don't do it. So these are the activities that you are going to use in your journal writing. Make your own list. We have given a demo list to you to start with. Add up to that list. And also add up that what wrong things you are doing and where you need to change yourself. That is the concept we have taken in the mental vault. When you start writing your journal every day, it takes 5 minutes. Make your list. Tick, 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 tick. This is what I have done today. I was supposed to do it. I have done it. Suppose I went to my team members for my project. Instead of spending 2 hours, I spent 3 hours because I spent more. I need to spend more. You give additional income to yourself. Right? So when you are going to do this, the advantage is you are going to get in a system. I have to do it. You prepare your own timetable and you work according to the timetable. You become organized. When you become organized, you don't rush up for things. And when you don't rush up for things, you don't have a high BP. You are de-stressed. You are calm and quiet, and you know the sequence of the day you have to do it. And in that sequence, you are able to do your work much better. This is what the concept of journal writing is. At the start of the year, you make an agreement with yourself. This is the amount I have to earn in this year. Write an agreement, and at the end of the month, review and reconcile what was to be earned and how much you have earned. So every month you are carrying forward the additional profit to the next month. There is a possibility that next month may be so tight with you that you may not have been able to earn much more than what is required. So you balance out negative of that month with what you have earned in the previous month. So finally, at the end of the year, you have your final figure. What we suggest to you, that now from 1 year to when you move to the second year, always keep a very optimum level of profit, means increase your earning by 50%. Take that progress, then only you are going to progress in your life. And if you are not going to add up, firstly add up to the profit that you made last year, then your expenses of that year, and then add 50% more. See, what is debit financing? Why do we take loan from the bank? We take loan from the bank, or we go for the debit financing is, my expenses are more than my income. And when my expenses are more from the income, then only I am going to make an effort to earn more. Otherwise, I am in a comfortable zone. I never will make profits, or I will never make efforts to earn more, to work harder, to think of prosperity, to think of new ideas, how I can improve myself, what new things I should do, where I need to bring about an improvement. The moment when you are going to write your gratitudes and your affirmations, this also is going to help you in giving a positive results to your subconscious mind. So that is the concept which we have floated in this. We are trying to say, or we are trying to quantify our activities in terms of money. Money we all understand. And when we understand money and when we start counting money every day, I know what good deeds I have done and where I have faulted out, and where I do need to bring about a change in myself. So, this is the concept that we have done. Any questions you have got, I am there to answer. Practice it every day. Yeah.
I think there's something quite brilliant about this. Those people know 12-step programs. There's a thing, and you're asked to, at the end of the day, evaluate your day. How'd you do? Pluses and minuses. Where were you kind? Where were you selfish? And this quantifies that kind of thing. This is my take on it, at least. That you kind of decide who you want to be. You know, all the dollar values you put on different activities are your values, who you would like to be, your ideal self. And then you do it a day at a time. I think that's quite brilliant.
You know your requirements. And based on your own requirements, you are setting up your list. I can't give you a list that, no, do this. You have your own necessities, what you need to do every day. And where the biggest advantage is that when you go to the negative part, what I have lost, why I have lost. I am a perpetual late riser, I need to bring a change. because that perpetual late rising is affecting me in my own daily routine. And when it affects my daily routine, it gives me more negative points.
So it might cost me $1,000 to yell at my kid.
Yes.
Got it.
So it will bring about a change in yourself when you really know where I have been defaulting regularly. Certain defaults are there, which is inevitable, but defaults which are very regular, where you can change, it is in your hand. Right? I am so lethargic, I didn't pay my taxes in time. So when I didn't pay my taxes in time, I was penalized.
I wonder, could you do this around, like, let's say your goal is to have a better marriage, and you could look on a daily basis about...
You can say, you can use it in any part of your life,
Any part.
Relationship issues. Why do I fight? Why there is a misunderstanding between the husband and wife? What are the reasons, or misunderstanding between my children and me? Where do I default? What do they want and what I am not doing it? Or what do I want and they are not doing it? Write your journal. This is just an example, of student or an employee or a entrepreneur, but then you can do it on your relationship issues also. It's going to improve there, make a list, what all you want in that relationship, what you are looking for in that relationship. And every day, what I am committed, have I done it or not? When did I fault it? When did I shout it on my spouse? What was the reason for that shout? Was it my mistake or her mistake? What then? A very, very important thing in human life. We always think from ourselves, I am the best. The moment I try to realize and start thinking from the point of view of my other partner, why does that partner think that I am not right? Because you can't clap in one hand. I also might have done something wrong, due to which my partner made that impression about me. Try to find that out. Think from the perspective of the partner. And the moment you start thinking and question yourself from the perspective of your partner, you will come to know what mistakes I made. And that is where you need to change. You need to find a solution.
You quantify these things.
You can quantify it here also.
And some it is by hour and some is by activity?
Activity.
A flat fee for some things and an hourly for others?
Yes.
Got it.
Add up those activities in this list. I'm supposed to get up in the morning and prepare tea for my partner. How many days do I make it? If that gives happiness to my partner, what's wrong in that? Where is my ego? Why do I have my ego that my partner has to make the tea? I can't make the tea, If she feels good, let me give that happiness. Why I'm not giving that happiness? Secondly, it will make me mobile also, It will give me a chance to get up in time because I have to make tea. I will not be a late riser. I have to give tea at that particular time. So it's just a matter of your own perception, your own needs, your own requirements, your priorities. So this exercise can be used in any field of your life. You have to make your own list. And when you make up that list and you start writing your daily journal on that, you will see a great difference in yourself, It will change your life. Right? Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this presentation, which was recorded live in Marlborough, Massachusetts at the National Guild of Hypnotists Convention and Educational Conference. To become a presenter, go to www.ngh.net and complete our presenter's proposal. Join us in Las Vegas for Solid Gold Weekend in February of 2026. Register now at www.ngh.net. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next year.